And welcome to another edition of On the Spot. My name is Ronnie Wiley. To my left is
Jen Young.
Well, I was getting ready to say that. I was trying to think of another adjective to say because you've been on so many times. It might as well be the Ronnie and Jen show.
Right.
I think it should be. We should
take it on the road.
We need to talk to John about that. We need to
Right.
make something Ronnie and Jen show. Jen, you were on last summertime. We got lots of things going on with the Hope Center. Tell us all. Oh, by the way, she's the executive director of the Hope Center.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So tell us what's going on.
Well, there's so much going on. I'm so excited to share today. Did you hear about a little thing called Safe Haven Baby Box that was just...
I have not, but they will need to know.
Yeah. Safe Haven Baby Box, we just recently had the blessing over the box on January 16th.
Okay.
Which means the baby box is now live. That means it's ready for use.
So this is like the red boxes you see around town, correct? If that's what I understand.
No. This is, well, I'm really going to educate you today.
Okay, you're going to educate me. I got some notes here.
Yes. So the Safe Haven Baby Box, we began exploring that idea back in July.
Right. I think, did we talk about that?
Well, we raised $10,000 in 7 weeks to make this happen.
Awesome.
And so that's really a testament to the people, the civic groups, the churches, the organizations in our community that believe in this box.
Right.
I couldn't raise $10,000 in 7 weeks without the Lord's hand in that.
Sure,
you can
absolutely.
just see that.
Right.
And so what this means is the box was installed in the fire station on Fountain Street by Eastview School. Monica, that is the founder of the Safe Haven Baby Box, actually picked that location because if you'll think about the fire station, it has a circle drive around it, so easy in, easy out, and it's in a residential neighborhood, so there's a lot of privacy there. Indiana has had a safe haven law for over 20 years.
Right.
And what that means is anyone can go into a fire station or the emergency room and hand their baby to someone. But you have to think about that's face to face. There's probably going to be some questions.
Right.
And so the Safe Haven Baby Box, you put the baby in a box, it locks, 100% anonymous, no questions.
Right.
That really means a lot when you're in a crisis situation. Maybe you don't want to have your identity revealed.
Right.
Monica also shared a story that there was a nurse that drove an hour to surrender her baby in a Safe Haven Baby Box. And they asked her why she didn't surrender closer to home. Then she stated, I'm a nurse in the emergency room, so I didn't want people to know. And then also think about how often the firemen come in and out of the ER. She knew all them as well.
Yeah.
So it was worth it for her to drive 52 miles to surrender outside of the area that she was known in, just so that baby would have a better life and be safe. And she knew she couldn't care for it. Man, does that not pull at your heartstrings?
Sure it does. And you think driving 52 miles, I'm sure there was moments where is this really the right decision?
Right.
Lots of thoughts going through her mind that she went through that. Now, the question I have is, how does people know that the baby's in there?
Well, that's a great question. The Safe Haven Baby Box has multiple alarms on it.
Yeah.
They're all silent because you don't want to scare mom that's already in a crisis situation.
Right.
As soon as the door is opened, there's a silent alarm that rings in. Once baby is placed in the box and the door is closed, it's locked. It cannot be reopened. There's another alarm that rings into 911. Once that alarm rings into 911, emergency personnel are then dispatched to go to the fire station to get baby, take baby to the hospital for evaluation, and then DCS is called for placement.
Wow, that's just amazing. It really is. And we have just here in Fayette County.
Right. As of January 16th, it's live and ready for use.
Now, when you obviously you've been Hope Director for how long now?
3 years.
Yeah, and there's been so many changes. And you realized you felt the need. How did you realize, well, we probably need something like that here?
You know, it's always better to be proactive than reactive.
Yes.
Right? And so on the news, we're always hearing about somebody out for a morning run and found a baby in a plastic bag.
Right.
Or they found another baby in a dumpster or in the woods. And, as a mom, that just hurts my heart.
Right, sure.
And so anything we can do to protect our babies, we should be lining up to do that.
Agree.
It just fit perfectly with the Hope Center's mission of Hope Equals Life.
Right.
So it's protecting the lives of our babies.
Yeah.
Now, you do have to think about, this isn't just for Fayette County moms. Anyone could come from anywhere to surrender a baby in our
It's
box.
52 miles was that one that you were
Right.
talking about.
Yes.
And everything is 100% anonymous.
Right.
And I'm sure that there may be someone out there who is maybe thinking of something like this. Who how am I assured that this is 100% anonymous?
Well, you know, I really wanted to put the baby box in the fire station behind the Hope Center, so 6th and Western.
Right.
But the interior wall has to be climate controlled,
Right.
so the box doesn't have to work so hard. But then think about all the cameras that are around that fire station.
that's
The
true,
liquor
yeah.
store,
Right.
Reedman's,
Right.
even our building at the Hope Center TV3. I mean, there's cameras everywhere. It's
Right.
probably the safest block in the city, really.
Yeah.
And so that just wasn't a good fit.
Right.
You don't want any chance of anyone being on camera.
Right.
And then the other fire station is on State Road 1. That's a really busy street as well.
Right.
So Monica felt like that fire station on Fountain Street is in a residential neighborhood.
Right.
It's very private. It's very quiet. That Circle Drive is
Yeah,
easy in,
perfect, yeah.
easy out.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she just felt like that was the best location to protect mom. There's no cameras around that box right there by design.
Right.
And so it really, we want our moms to feel safe in surrendering because they're already making a sacrificial choice
Sure.
for their baby.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
want to add to that emotional distress.
Add to that shame. Absolutely. So you guys spent months and months thinking about this. The fundraiser happened last summertime, and now it's finally here.
It's finally here. So the blessing we had at that fire station on the 16th. The mayor spoke, the fire chief spoke, Monica spoke, I spoke. There's a lady that you might have heard of on TV, Linda Zanaco. She runs He Knows Your Name Ministries. And so anytime that there's an abandoned baby found that, you know, needs a proper burial, needs to be respectful of those remains, she takes care of that. That's her ministry. She will bury those babies, give them a name, give them a tombstone. So she came and she spoke as well. Really, this baby box should be thought of going hand in hand to reduce the infant mortality rate
Sure.
in our state.
Right.
Because at the time of our blessing, our box was the 20th in Indiana and the 24th in the country.
Wow.
So Indiana
Indiana's
really
leading.
is leading the way
Yeah.
in this effort to protect our babies, and that really warms my heart.
Absolutely. Do they keep stats of how many children are dropped off?
Yes, they do. And
Are they released, or is it just for your personal information? The reason why I ask, I worry about somebody. Well, they may know my name if they release stats.
No, the stats that they are releasing would be number of babies
Right.
surrendered.
Okay.
And then keep in mind the Safe Haven Baby Box has a crisis line number on it, and you can find that online as well. And so some of these moms, just like in the instance with the nurse that drove 52 miles,
Right.
the reason that they know her story is because she called the crisis line
Oh wow.
to let them know that this is something she was considering and that she was driving and why. Otherwise, they wouldn't know her story.
Right.
So sometimes when they call the crisis line, they want to help them think through all of their options.
Right.
And they want the Safe Haven Baby Box to be the last resort
Right.
because they want to talk them through all the other possibilities and to help
Fabulous.
them think through why are you in a crisis situation
And how can we get you out of it?
right. How can we
Yeah.
help you if that's
Because
possible?
surrendering a baby doesn't necessarily mean that your situation is going to improve.
That's right.
It may actually make it worse.
Right.
You talked about being proactive. It's always good to have something like this. We hope we never use it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've said that many times. I hope we never have to use it,
Yeah.
but I'm so thankful that we have
Right,
it.
right,
Yeah.
right. And that's not the only thing that you guys, I mean, again, surrendering a baby is it's a tough decision for a woman to make, especially driving 52 miles.
Yes.
Or if somebody comes from a different area here. You want to provide help for that woman as well. And the Hope
Right.
Center provides
Right.
all kinds of help. What other
Yes.
help do you guys provide?
You know, we still like to tell everyone about the services that we offer. So all of our services are free and confidential. So whether that is pregnancy test, free prenatal vitamins, an ultrasound, the ultrasounds are limited. So, you know, we're not having a gender reveal party. We're
Right,
just
yeah.
there to estimate
Right,
due
yeah,
date and make sure it's a viable pregnancy
Right.
and those type of things. But yeah, just parenting classes,
Right.
life skills classes. We still have the I Decide for Me program in the schools. There's just really so much that we try
Right.
to do to help anyone that needs us from
Yeah.
all the surrounding counties, Fayette, Union, Wayne, Rush, Franklin.
Yeah, and it's not just women, fathers.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one thing I'm impressed with
Yeah.
because I'm a father.
Right. Yeah.
To be able to have some help, because a lot of times men, we feel like we don't carry the baby, even though I look like I'm carrying the baby. We don't carry the baby. And so it's important for the men to feel like they're a part of the pregnancy,
Yeah.
part of the baby's life from the very beginning. You guys do a good job with that.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
we do fatherhood curriculum, and we have male advocates that actually come in and we'll talk to the male clients and really, help them man up, if you
Right,
want to
yeah,
say it that
right,
way.
yeah, yeah.
You need a job, which means
we
you
can
need a
help you.
resume.
Yeah.
You need to practice job interview skills. Just life
Right.
things, right? And
amazing.
you don't know what you don't know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I always tell kids that I work with, you don't know until you ask.
Right.
You don't wake up one day and go, poof, I know everything. I thought I did it one time.
Sometimes we get teenagers that maybe think that they do.
Oh, I thought I was one of them. I really thought that I knew everything. So Safe Haven Baby Box, located there on
Fountain Street.
there, right down the street from the school. Hopefully it's not needed, but it
Right.
is something that's there for anyone. Definitely take that. Can they call, other than the crisis line, is there any other lines that they can call for help? Any additional information on it?
We really just want them to call the crisis, Safe Haven
Okay.
crisis line.
Yeah.
Those people are specifically trained.
And they find
to
that on
help
the
them.
box itself?
Yes,
Okay.
or Safe Haven Baby Box website, Facebook page.
Okay.
All the pertinent information is listed.
So you guys got the Safe Haven Box. And again, I love how you mentioned the blessing. You mentioned it as a
Yes.
blessing. It is a blessing.
Yes.
Absolutely is a blessing.
Danny Berry is the president over our board, and he actually was the one that got to pray the blessing over the box.
Oh, that's
so we
awesome.
started out inside the fire station because it was
Right,
chilly.
Yeah.
And then we moved the blessing outside. And so Monica Kelsey, Linda Zanaco, and Danny Berry were by the box. And they really just prayed that prayer, that blessing over the box. And then Monica unlocked it, and it's now
you
live.
go.
And you can actually watch it if you go to YouTube and look up TV3's YouTube channel. The blessing is actually posted there. Or
Wow.
get on the Hope Center's Facebook page. It's there as well.
Absolutely wonderful. Another thing you got going on is handbags for Hope Designer Purse Bingo.
Yes, it's that time of year.
That time of year. Didn't we have one in the summertime? So it's
It's always in February.
February. Okay, it always is.
Yes. Yes.
I think we talked about it preview when we talked.
We did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. It's always in February, so it'll be February 13th at the Miller Building. This is always such a huge fundraiser for us. Because it's so huge and because we sell out every year, we added a second time this year.
Oh wow.
So my bingo license is just for that one day. So the second time had to be on the same day.
Right. Yeah.
And we always sell out at the 6 o'clock event. And so this year we added a noon event.
Oh wow.
These ladies are making it work. Some of them are taking 2 or 3 lunch hours and coming.
Coming in.
Some of them are taking a half a day off work to come. But we still have tickets available for the noon event. And so if anybody's thinking about coming and the noon event works for you, we have plenty of tickets left for that.
Our own John Powsey is going to be the bingoer.
The
caller.
MC?
Yeah, MC.
Yes,
That was
he's
called the
famous,
MC. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
He
John-
has a game show announcer voice. So
He does. He does. John he doesn't have a face for TV though, unlike me. But I'm just kidding. Just,
I can see him in the control
I
room.
know,
He's acting like we're not talking about him.
Right. He's plodding.
Right.
So to explain to me again about bingo, because we talked about this before we went on the air, that I could lose playing bingo by myself. So I'm terrible. I could be calling them and still lose. It's no good at all. So explain to me how purse bingo, designer purse.
Designer purse
Yeah, you
bingo.
can't have, you got to have a designer purse. How do you
Yes.
win on designer purse bingo?
So designer purse bingo is just like any other bingo. We will play 20 rounds of bingo. We'll have one winner per round. They get to come up to the table and choose a purse. So we have Coach Michael Kors, Kate Spade bags. So really, for your $25 ticket, you could win a $400 bag.
I was going to say, I know those because
Right.
those are purses I could never afford a woman.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't. So
Yes.
basically, this is all. I mean, well, men could play for their wives, right?
And we have had that.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, yeah,
And we've had
yeah.
a couple men win.
Yeah,
And
because it's before Valentine's Day.
$25, you have
Yeah.
a designer gift.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and
Win-win.
she don't need to know that you played at bingo, right?
Well,
Yeah.
unless you just bring her.
Well,
I mean,
unless
you
you
know,
bring her,
she could
yeah.
play cards
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's right.
And so we'll play 20 rounds. Now, in the past, we have had multiple people bingo at one time.
Right.
So what that means is they're going to have like a face-off. So we just keep pulling numbers. So we'll have one winner,
Right.
and then we'll have one runner-up.
Right.
And so then the runner-up gets to pick a consolation prize off of the tray that we would bring
wow,
around.
Okay, that's neat. So everybody feels like they
Right.
accomplished it. That'd be me.
Right.
I'd bingo and 5 other people, and I would lose. You know?
Yes.
That's so
Well,
neat.
at the 6 o'clock event, we are sold out, but we usually have over 300
Wow.
ladies and men come play. But wow, if you can really come to the noon event, I would say come on
Yeah,
over, because
yeah.
at this moment of taping, we probably have sold 50 tickets.
That's still pretty good.
And so if we're going to play 20 rounds of bingo,
Chances
and
of you
there's
winning.
50 or 60 there, that may the odds forever be in your
Right,
favor,
yeah,
right?
yeah, right, yeah. It's still with me. I have no idea. So you have that coming up on the 13th, and tickets are $25. And how long have you done the bingo for?
This is our 5th year.
Wow.
And it
Wow,
grows every year.
every year. So you
Yes.
might have a third. Or maybe get
We'll
your
see
bingo
how the
license for a
second
second.
goes.
Yeah, right,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah, the
yeah.
second time.
Yeah. So and all proceeds go to the Hope Center.
Yes, goes
Yeah.
towards helping our clients. And so, you know, as we've talked about before, all of our services are free and confidential, but the money has to come from somewhere.
Right.
And so these fundraisers really help us keep the Blessing Boutique stocked with formula and diapers and all the wonderful things that we have in that boutique.
Yeah.
Clothing, shoes, toiletry items, anything that the clients would need.
So the Blessing Boutique,
Yes.
that's something that the funds go for to help with that as well, and they can Hope dollars.
Hope dollars. They can earn Hope dollars. Really, you earn just 2 for showing up to
Yeah,
your
yeah,
appointment.
yeah.
And then if you bring a church bulletin or proof that you kept a WIC appointment, Healthy Families appointment, all those different things, we go over those guidelines in the meet and greet appointment. You can earn additional Hope bucks, Hope dollars for that too. And then turn around and either save them for something big or go ahead and
Go ahead and
spend them
spend.
in the Blessings Boutique. So.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we have Safe Haven Baby Box, handbags for Hope Designer Purse Bingo on February 13th. And where do the designer purses come from? Are they
Not allowed to
donated?
tell you. I'll have to kill you if I tell you that.
Well, tell John. Tell John, please.
Okay. Well, John's on our board, so he kind of already knows, but he's not going to tell you.
Yeah, he knows. That's okay. And also, you got a new logo that's going to be revealed here very soon. And who designed that? Are you allowed to tell me that?
I am. I am so excited. You know, do you really know how hard it is to come up with a new logo?
I'm sure.
It is a lot more than choosing a color and a font.
Right.
So Hope Equals Life is kind of like our new little slogan that we've
Right.
come up with to really help people remember who we are and what we
Right.
do. So in the fall of last year, we began working with the graphic design class at our local career center. We're so blessed to have that career
Right.
center in
Absolutely.
our community. Such a great resource. And so the graphic design students, there was about 10 or 12 of them. Each one did their own interpretation of what they felt like the new logo should be. Those kids are really creative.
Right.
They did a great job. And so we went in for a rough critique of what they had already come up with and gave feedback, and maybe we want to brighten this color up or change this font, or, just really work with them and help them think through that process. And it's great practice for them
Sure.
to be able to learn to work with a client.
Sure.
Listen, I didn't know what I wanted, or I would have designed it myself,
Right,
right?
exactly, right.
And so I kind of needed their creativity to help me think through all of that. And so we went a couple weeks ago for the final presentation, and these kids dressed up. We were in the Career Center boardroom.
Oh,
They
wow.
each had put together PowerPoint presentations for us. I remember one student saying he sketched 67 little sketches of ideas that he had in his sketchbook before he came up with a logo.
That's amazing.
It's a lot of work
Yeah, that is.
for a class project.
Right.
So the winner is Brennan Hook. He is a Lincoln High School student. And so we are so proud of him and the work that he did. He perfectly captured Hope Equals Life.
Yeah.
And we will be recording a little segment with him soon and revealing that on the Hope Center's new business page.
Okay.
So if
On Facebook?
on Facebook. You can just go in and search the @ sign
Yeah.
at Hope Center Life
Yeah.
and like our new page. We really want everyone to go in and like that new Facebook
Sure.
page because we will be revealing multiple things throughout the coming year. And so we want everyone to be in the know.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you guys, I mean, again, lots and lots of things always happening with the Hope
Yes.
Center, and you're only one person.
Right.
You have Danny and the other people that you mentioned, John, even on the board. I'm sure you can maybe use some other volunteers to help out.
Yeah, right now we're pretty good on volunteers, but we're always taking those volunteer applications, board
Yeah.
member applications. When we have those openings come up, then it's nice to have that stockpile
Sure,
to refer
yeah.
back to.
Yeah.
And
It's amazing. I mean, that you guys have a surplus
yeah,
of volunteers.
right.
You know, you just don't see that happening.
It's
are
people that have to
struggling.
have a heart for the ministry.
Right, right, right. And I think that's important that you guys mention that.
Yes.
That it is a ministry. And when people sometimes who may not have, or in a situation that they're in where they feel like they have to give up a child or they don't have the resources necessary to maybe take care of a child, when they think of ministry, sometimes the word that always comes to my mind, I'm going to be judged. That couldn't be further from the truth.
No, and actually, I just took a phone call yesterday from a young lady. I have limited contact with our clients
Yeah.
because I'm usually in my back office pushing paper around,
Right, yeah.
Just doing the admin things. But I did take a phone call yesterday and schedule an appointment for a lady who was in her late 30s. And so she wasn't a young teenager, but she just needed some help, and she was really nervous about some things and a little bit, maybe she was embarrassed.
Right.
She conveyed some different emotions to me, but there was no judgment. I really, okay, let's breathe.
Right.
It's going to be okay. You've called the right place. We're
Right.
here for you.
Right.
And we're going to walk you through this.
Right.
No matter what the outcome, we're here for you. And that meant the world to her.
Right.
When she came in then face to face for her appointment, she wasn't quite as rattled and nervous. And so really just that calming, reassuring voice that all of our services are free. We are going to walk you through this. We do have resources to help you. That's really what people are looking for. They
Right.
just need somebody to walk with them.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, and we all at times need somebody to walk us through. We all at times need help.
Right.
I know I've needed help
Right.
plenty of times in my life, and
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
Right.
at all. I always tell everybody I have to wear these glasses, unfortunately, to be able to see like I want to see.
Right.
I don't want to wear them. I'd rather not. And
Right.
for some reason, my eyes can't take contacts. But anyway,
Right.
so we all need help every once in a while to do something. You guys provide
Right.
that. You guys provided great services. We've got so much thing coming up. I'm sure you're thinking about the future too.
Oh my
Future
gosh.
events. You're always proactive.
I know, we are never stagnant. There's
Mm-hmm.
always a lot going on at the Hope Center. And so now that we have a new logo,
Yeah.
that means new website coming
Right.
soon because we're totally in this rebranding.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why everybody needs to like our new Facebook
Mm-hmm.
page because once we release the new logo, which is fabulous,
I can't wait to see it.
I know,
Yeah.
you're really going to like it.
Yeah.
And to think it was designed by a high school student.
kid, yeah.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
and it's professional grade.
Oh, it's
Cutting
good.
edge,
Good.
professional grade. It's amazing.
He should get an A in his class. I hope he does.
I hope he
Yeah.
did too. Yes, yes. And so then once we get the new website, that's not a small task either.
Right.
Designing that, thinking of the layout. We're working on that now. So then, that'll be coming late summer, early fall. And then it'll be banquet time again in October.
Oh, wow.
So
it goes by quick.
That's
doesn't it?
the biggest fundraiser of the year for us.
And you guys are always preparing that. I mean, that's probably not a time where
Always.
you're not really getting that going since that's the biggest one.
Yes, I start meeting with my banquet planning team in March.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're really
Yes.
planning ahead on that.
Yes.
And so you got that coming up. You got the biggest fundraiser of the year. Now, when you talk, we talk about being proactive. I'm sure there's other resources that you link to figure out, okay, what are trends of other like Hope Centers around the country are doing? Do you guys have a network that you guys that you link into?
Yes, so actually I'm reaching out to other executive directors of pregnancy centers quite often. How can we help you? How can you help us? Could we maybe meet for lunch and just talk through things?
Right.
It really does help to have a network of people that are like-minded and do what you do.
Right.
And we have been very blessed to help them think about fundraisers and what we do here. And they've really walked with us and helped us think of some new things as well. And so that really is a blessing. I have a whole directory of names that I can call. And so whether I choose to stay close to home and call some around here or call in Ohio, Illinois, all those different states and just see what's going on over there. It's a great resource to have.
Now, you guys, I think I may have asked this before, and correct me or help me, because if I don't really remember the answer.
Yes.
But it's not just for Fayette County here, the Hope Center. You guys are
Right.
for surrounding counties. Is there
Right.
is there a demographic, like you can only go so far?
No, that's a great question. We have had people come from Florida,
Oh,
Kentucky,
wow. Are you for here?
because they've been here visiting family.
Right.
One conversation
have
has led to another, and so the family that lives here has suggested, while you're here, why don't you go to the Hope Center?
That's
See if
amazing.
they can help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are all inclusive.
We are.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you're in need, you provide that need.
Yes, and I don't know if I've mentioned, but I want to make sure and mention, we live on donations. So it's going to be yard sale, garage sale season soon.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So really it is a huge blessing when people pack up everything that maybe didn't sell and they bring it to us. The
Right.
baby blankets, the baby clothes, the coats, the shoes, the strollers, pack and plays,
Right.
all of
Yeah.
those things. Because we wash those things, we dry those things, we prepare them for our clients. And if we have the size that they need, we give out a free seasonal bag of clothes for our babies too.
It's amazing.
So we go 0 to 3 months, all the way up to 5T if we have those sizes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, so much things you do.
Right.
And so, I guess, can people, I mean, you guys are tax write-off if somebody makes a monetary donation.
Right.
501c3, they can
We
do
are.
that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you for
amazing.
mentioning that.
Yeah.
In this day of tax season
Yeah, it
upon
is.
us,
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah.
It's February. We
Yeah.
we want to think about those donations, and so Andy is our head volunteer, and so she always sends thank you cards out in the mail, and then we do track those donations, and the in-kind letters for donations go out the beginning of the year as well.
Well, hopefully, as the year goes on here in 2020, as we get closer to more events for you guys, we'll have you on again, because
Yeah.
you're such. It's a blessing is the key word here. It's a blessing to have the Hope Center here, and it's not just for teens. It's for
Right.
It's family.
Right.
It's for family. It's the strength in the family. Tell us about your contact information.
Contact information, we're at 531 North Central, Suite 6, which means we're above the old Issues and Answers building. Just take the elevator up.
Make it right.
Yes, and phone number is 825-1244. New Facebook business page is at Hope Center Life on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Hope Center. We are lucky enough to have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those linked together.
Yeah. Oh, good.
And so anytime we post on one social media outlet, it goes, if it's a picture, it goes
Right.
to the others as well. And so, got to keep up with the kids who are young and
Yeah,
hip.
that's right. That's absolutely right. And that's another thing. It's for not just the kids, it's for the families.
Right.
Anybody who needs help, please talk. And I'm sure you've helped single fathers as well.
Yes, right.
And it's not just pregnancy, it's after.
Right. It's learning how to be a dad. That can
Yeah.
be overwhelming and scary.
Yeah, it still is. Absolutely,
right.
absolutely. Jen, we could go on and on and on.
I can't believe our time is up.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure
Thank
seeing
you.
you. Jen Young, Executive
you.
Director of the Hope Center. Come up and see her and learn more about this wonderful, wonderful blessing that we have here in Fayette County. That's it for this edition of On the Spot. We'll see you next month.